Today, so we're talking about the law of attraction to get your ex back, and one of the biggest mistakes people make with this that actually holds them back from making this happen and actually sabotages them. Let's go ahead and get into this. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life, and today we are talking about the law of attraction to get your ex back. We've talked about this a few times on this channel. We're probably going to be talking about this a lot more. I've been asked about this many times. The big issue that a lot of people have with using the law of attraction to get back together with their ex is that they're focusing so much on the other person. They're focusing so much on wanting that person, desiring that person, wanting to bring that person into their life, that it's causing a lot of the attention that they're placing on all of that desire to simply emphasize the separation between them and that person. The fact that that person isn't there, the fact that that person is missing, the fact that that person is unavailable to them for whatever reason. And so what we want to do is we actually want to bring our focus back to ourselves. It's so easy to get your attention lost on the other person. That's probably one of the biggest things that I've noticed in working with people just for years and years and years at this place, over a decade, is that so many people are focused in on the other person. They're busy trying to analyze the other person. They're busy trying to look at the text messages, trying to plan the text messages, trying to wonder, like, hey, if I say this, what are they going to think? Trying to look at, like, hey, what did it mean when they said that? What was their body language? What was that all about? And there's so much attention on this other person that they often lose sense of themselves. And the thing with the whole law of attraction thing is that it's really about embodying something yourself rather than just focusing all of your attention on external things. And so what we want to do is we want to pull our attention back from our partner, from the validation that we're looking for, which only emphasizes the separation. Go ahead and drop that as a comment down below if that resonates with you. What we want to do is we want to bring the focus back to ourselves, and say, okay, if I want a relationship in my life, is it because I'm feeling incomplete somehow? Maybe. Well, how can I start to feel whole? How can I start to feel complete as this person that I am? How can I start to feel like a full, whole person rather than someone who's going out there trying to look for their missing piece? There's this phrase called, my better half that people have for their partner, their spouse or whatever. And I've never really liked that phrase because it implies that you need someone to complete you, that there's someone out there who's going to fill in some sort of gap or some sort of thing that's going to make you whole. And that's not, in my opinion, a great setup for a great relationship. You want to have something that's there as an expression of your wholeness, something that's there as a sort of blossoming and outpouring of your own wholeness. Can you allow yourself to feel all the things that you think you might feel when you have the relationship that you want? Can you allow yourself to feel all the feelings and have all the emotional experiences and have all the feelings of wholeness and completeness and joy and everything else that you think you might have if you actually had the relationship that you want? And when you can do that, by bringing your attention back on yourself rather than, doing all the little things that they tell you to do, like, oh yeah, make sure that there's a space next to you in your bed for your person when they show up. Make sure there's space in your closet for them to hang up their clothes and all. Make sure there's a space for them to park in your driveway. I don't know, maybe that stuff works, I don't know. But in my experience, that sort of stuff is probably just going to likely emphasize and highlight the fact that there's separation between you and what you want. And so what I want you to do is not create that, but to instead allow yourself to really fully embody the things that you think you would feel when you actually have all of this in your life. Allow yourself to feel that and embody it. And, you could do that through visualization or vision board or something, if that helps you out. but you want to turn this into like a consistent habit, an emotional habit, where you can not just feel this sort of, I don't know what you might be feeling, some sort of beaten down, worn out, just loneliness. And for maybe like brief moments, you're actually able to look at your vision board or something and feel good. But like, I want you to turn this into a habit to the point where it's who you just sort of default are all the time. And when this happens, that's when you start to embody something new. And that's when you start to carry this energy with you into your day-to-day life. And that's when things start to shift. Because now, instead of looking to someone else for validation, now instead of looking to someone else to give you permission to feel excited, loved, etc., now you are exuding love, joy, wholeness, completeness. And now other people want to be around you because you have this feeling, this sensation, this vibe of positivity. And that is what's going to make you extremely attractive. That's what's going to actually get this to work for you. By the way, if this is resonating with you, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and please make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. It does help us out a lot with YouTube. It does help share this video. So please do all of that. That's my big thing with the law of attraction, is we have to bring the focus back from the outside to the inside, from things that are outside of ourselves, from seeking validation, from doing things that are just going to cause us to accentuate the perceived separation between what we have and what we want to experience, what we're lacking. And as we do that, and bring our attention inwards and start to give ourselves permission right now to feel what we want, to feel the love, to feel the joy, to feel the wholeness, to feel the completeness, to feel the hope, to feel the just being in love with life right now, that is when a lot of the truly great things are going to start to come up. And you know, as you work through this, you might have to sit with some things, you may have to sit through you know, certain dark things that maybe you're carrying around with you, certain heavy things that maybe you're carrying around with you, you know, previous maybe traumas that you might have, or emotional blocks, or emotional things that are holding you up. But as you start to work through these, and as you start to push through these, then that's going to open you up and unlock you to greater levels of love around you. You know, this isn't necessarily going to be like an easy thing. You know, it's not like how I guess some people make you believe about this, where it's just like, yeah, make a vision board and, you know, feel good all the time, and, you know, by this time next week it's all going to fall into place for you. But at least in my experience, you're probably going to have to work through some pain that could be a block for you right now. You may have to work through some challenges that could have been holding you back for now. Like if you have a hard time trusting, or if you have a hard time believing in yourself, or if you have a hard time feeling worthy, or if you have a hard time letting go of the past, or other sorts of things like that. You may have to work through those. You may have to let go of some of those things in order to really allow yourself to enter into this state where you can fully give yourself permission to surrender over into completeness, into joy, into love, into wholeness. And that's a truly challenging thing for a lot of folks, but it's definitely a rewarding thing, and it's definitely worth the effort of doing so. One of the best things that you can do to help you with all of this is go ahead and check out our kaleidoscope recording that I made for you a few months back. Listen to it while you're sleeping, and it's going to help you to align your subconscious mind with the relationship that you want. Anyway, go ahead and check it out. It's right over here. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.